Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Recently on Twitter, there's been a lot of talk about who's the best scorer of all time, who at their peak was the best scorer of all time, who's had the greatest scoring season, and there's one name that I'm noticing is left off those lists when he really shouldn't. Now, Draymond Green on his podcast, he was asked who is he taking in their prime as the better scorer, prime Carmelo Anthony or prime Kevin Durant? And Draymond Green said prime Carmelo Anthony because of one play when he played against him and was guarding him. Carmelo made a move, Draymond may or may not have fouled, shot didn't go in, Carmelo screamed at the ref, and then the next time down the floor, Carmelo did the same move, Draymond fouled him, for sure this time ref called it, and then Draymond said because of the fact that he was able to get the foul like that, because for scorers when the shot's not dropping, what can change that is free throws, and so Carmelo was able to get free throws like that. Because of that, Draymond says that Carmelo he's taken as a scorer over prime KD. Now obviously I've never guarded Carmelo, but if you were to ask me as a fan who I'd take prime KD or prime Carmelo as a scorer, I'd take prime KD all day. I just start by who do I prefer watching the score, it's KD, and then if you go look at the numbers, it's clearly KD. Carmelo's career high points per game is 28.9 points, KD has 4 seasons where he's averaged more points than that. Carmelo has 1 scoring title, KD has 4 scoring titles. KD is a lot more efficient and a better 3-point shooter, takes more, makes more, and he's a better free throw shooter. Those are all regular season numbers, because obviously in the playoffs, that's where this debate officially ends if it wasn't over already. Kevin Durant is an all-time playoff performer while Carmelo is not. KD is also going to pass Carmelo in longevity. Currently, Carmelo is 9th on the all-time scoring list, KD is 21st, but by the end of the season, KD should be at like 12, maybe even above that, and so KD should pass Carmelo by the end of his career. So Draymond, had that one-on-one experience, that is what it is, but if you were to ask me as a fan, it's Kevin Durant, no question about it. And most fans on Twitter seem to agree. And so of course people debating other people too, bringing up Jordan, Kobe, Kareem, Wilt Chamberlain, people brought up James Harden too. Some people got mad at that, but if you look at the stats, y'all, at least peaks, James Harden is definitely in the conversation. Curry is also in the conversation for greatest scoring peaks. But y'all, a person I noticed not brought up a lot in greatest scorer of all time talks is LeBron James. And my question is how? Why is he not in the all-time scorer debates? He is an all-time great scorer. He is going to be number 1 in all-time regular season scoring and playoff scoring next season. Number 1 ever. He is 5th all-time in points per game ever. He's also one of the most efficient scorers ever. 50% field goal percentage in the regular season, 58% true shooting percentage. Y'all might cringe at this, but by default, playing in this era, he is an all-time 3-point shooter. Higher percentage than Kobe, Jordan. Obviously that's because of the era, but still, he has a scoring title. He's averaged over 33 times in the regular season. He's been an elite scorer for 18 out of the 19 years of his career, and it doesn't look like it's gonna stop anytime soon. In the playoffs, his points per game goes up. We know he's an all-time playoff performer. He scores more and he's just as efficient. So my question once again is, why isn't he in the all-time great scorer conversations? There's no reason why he shouldn't be. Some people say was because he's a facilitator first. That should make the argument even better. If he's doing all of this as a facilitator first, then just imagine what he'd be able to do if he wasn't a facilitator at all, like some of the other guys on the all-time scoring list. Another thing I hear is, well, he's not that great of a shooter. Once again, historically, he actually is, believe it or not. And he shot 40% in the regular season before, and playoffs. One argument I've heard to why KD is a better scorer than LeBron, somebody posted the picture of their shot charts and simply said this is why. KD's shot chart is scoring from all over the place, while LeBron was mostly in the paint. If you pick KD over LeBron as a scorer because KD's the more versatile scorer, okay, that's fine. But what's the problem with LeBron only scoring in the paint? If you could give me the same amount of points on the same efficiency, then why does it matter where they come from? People act like KD is such a better scorer than LeBron, and I'm not saying he's not, but their career averages in scoring are pretty much the same. The only difference is where the points come from. But if LeBron can give me the same amount of points in the paint as KD can from everywhere, why does it matter? More versatile doesn't always mean better. It's like the Giannis Harden run and dunk thing, which I talked about in my recent video, Giannis destroying the media. Make sure to go check that out. But if Giannis can run and dunk his way to a championship, while James Harden with the step back threes and all the skills just ends up missing them when it matters most and loses, give me run and dunk man all day. I'm trying to win. Speaking of Giannis, y'all, I saw in StatMuse, Giannis right now is in the midst of an all-time scoring peak. The last 4 years, he's averaged almost 29 a game on 56% shooting. That's an all-time great scoring stretch, y'all. If he keeps this up, he's gonna be in the conversation, whether y'all like it or not. Whether he's skilled or has no skill, he's putting the ball in the basket. But anyway, y'all, if you want to take Jordan, Kobe, KD as all-time scorers over LeBron, that's fine. You can make great arguments for them, but you could also make just as great arguments for LeBron. And that's my point in this video. If somebody tells you LeBron is the greatest scorer of all time, it's not a crazy statement to make. He will be the all-time regular season and playoff scoring leader by the end of next season. You can't just ignore that because he doesn't take as many jump shots as you want him to. He's putting the ball in the basket. That's what scoring is. But anyway, y'all, do y'all agree with me? Is LeBron the greatest scorer of all time? I think he has a very good argument for it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos, and I'll see y'all later.